News dump. Mac, I have news. I have terrible news.
Bad news.
While I was driving into work today,
Okay.
was it my fault?
Sure.
A bird
I'm not
flew
in
in
trouble
front
at
of
all.
my car, and I hit it.
You hit a bird while on the move. Did you hit it with the front end or the windshield?
Mix of both.
Oh, a little tumble up the hood.
The bird then, flew off my windshield, rolled onto the sidewalk. I didn't have time to check it out. I'm pretty sure that it's dead.
What would you do? Why would you stop and check on the bird? It's a bird.
Don't people stop and, put animals out of their misery or something?
No, I don't think that's a thing. If you hit a cat or a dog, sure, get out, see what's going on. A wild bird, no. What kind of bird was it? Was it like a crow?
Blue jay.
Oh, a blue jay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the good ones, Goo.
I know, but this is the second dead blue jay. I mean, I didn't kill the other one, but this is the second dead blue jay that I have seen in the past week. Last week, I found one on my sidewalk. We had to shovel it into a bag and throw it away.
Bad things come in threes, Goo. There's another one on the way, that's for sure.
Well, speaking of that, I was looking it up earlier. I was trying to find, are blue jays just committing suicide? Is that a thing right now?
No, probably not.
And first off, I did read, this was from, I don't know, birds.com or something, but birds
with a Z.com
just fly in front of cars on purpose.
No, I wouldn't think that would be a thing birds would
I
do
didn't
on
know.
purpose.
Maybe it was a thing right now.
Yeah, it seems like you have a little guilt built in. Were you speeding?
No, I was driving normal speed.
Okay. Yeah, you are. You drive like an old person.
Oh, come on.
Well, first of all, thank God you had a good steering wheel. It didn't fly off while you contacted the bird there. Are you the type that is moved emotionally by an event such as like some people might cry because they killed a bird? Is that you?
I'm about to be moved by this. So I was looking it up too, culturally or spiritually. How does this affect certain people?
Sure.
And in Indian culture, there is a belief that if you hit a bird with your car, it symbolizes lost luck or even death. My question now is, do they mean my death?
Well, probably, right? Because you've already killed the bird.
Oh, fuck.
You already killed the bird, so it couldn't be talking about the bird's death.
No, but maybe someone that I know. What if you die?
Just a death in your life. Yeah, it could be that. It could mean that. Yeah.
I'd probably prefer that over me
if
dying,
you subscribe to that. I mean, I'm not going to subscribe to the symbolism of you hitting a bird on the move here. Now, if it was like a karma thing where you went out of your way and killed a bird, then maybe you'd have.
No, I didn't fucking George Costanza it and swirl into a fucking squirrel. Because then also in Native American cultures, also bad luck.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like those two cultures in particular have symbolism and meanings behind every fucking.
But they don't know the rules of what happened. The bird wasn't on the road. I didn't just drive into it.
When those two cultures have been around for thousands of years, and so what? Now, just in the last 100 years, when cars popped
Native
up,
Americans always know. If you drive into one of these,
now just when cars popped up, now they're establishing new symbolism. So yeah, fuck that. That's all a bunch of fake bullshit.
Randy Johnsoned it. Okay, I didn't intentionally
don't give yourself
kill
too much
the bird.
credit.
Dude, that's the greatest clip of all time. He exploded a bird.
I mean, that's a 100-mile-per-hour fastball as opposed to you doing 18 and a 25 hitting a bird.
So I guess I'll just keep you updated on, first off, if this hits me grief-wise,
yeah,
or if I die.
Okay, yeah, or if a third thing comes. If there's a third dead blue jay, pretty soon
it's got to be a blue jay, right? It can't be any other kind of bird.
Yeah, then
or
we might have
if
to
you guys have evidence of bird suicide, let us know that too.
If it makes you feel any better, birds are the dirtiest animals on the planet. So you eradicated the world of.
Of course, yeah. You were a Terminator, right?
Yeah, we don't deal with birds, so that's more of a wildlife thing.
Yeah, news dump. Chris Hemsworth spoke about Marvel to GQ and said that his 8-year-old, them and their friends didn't really love Thor: Love and Thunder. Thought it was a bit cringe, if you will. That's what the kids say. And then got a little too silly. But Chris Hemsworth believes that they were having too much fun on set, and that might have led to it getting too silly.
Okay, two things here. Number one, this is complete revisionist history by anyone now making excuses for why this movie turned out the way it did. Number two, Taika Waititi's humor is not fit for an 8-year-old. It's not meant to make an 8-year-old laugh.
It's only for Mac.
I mean,
I know.
half the movie was dick and sex jokes, like that's not going to hit for an 8-year-old. And I understand Marvel and the MCU is more geared towards kids than anyone else, but you can't tell me the movie didn't hit with an 8-year-old as like an excuse as to why it didn't work. Yes, that ultimately maybe you should gear the movie towards an 8-year-old. Ultimately, maybe that's why you and I liked it more than most people, because we have 16-year-old humor instead of 8-year-old humor. I just like, this is all a bunch of revisionist history.
Although
here.
I do like this, is that he does point out that what they shouldn't be doing is that like all of these movies shouldn't be about the world ending. And they need to shrink it down, and they need to be more personal and grounded.
He can say that all he wants, but we are talking about the God of Thunder here, who's a space god. So when you're talking Thor or Captain Marvel level stuff, you kind of need world-ending events because they're so powerful. Any normal things get squashed in an instant.
He's also sad that Scorsese and Tarantino, two of his heroes, don't like Marvel.
The Tarantino criticism was more weird than the Scorsese thing, because the Scorsese just strikes you as like an old white not.
I was gonna say Scorsese. So Tarantino was talking about this on Howard Stern like a year ago when all this was going on.
Yeah,
he said it would be weird if Martin Scorsese liked Marvel.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like you don't even value what Scorsese has to say. Tarantino is more of a contemporary, I guess, of these MCU movies. He's not as ancient as Scorsese. I'm a little surprised because like Tarantino's movies, one hypothesizes all pretty much operate in the same world for the most part, or
so don't Scorsese.
There's theories out there.
Yeah.
So you would think to a certain degree he would appreciate the crossover and multiverse aspect of these movies, but also we are like nearing 40 properties in the MCU. So they're obviously,
but Tarantino also said that if these came out in the 90s when he was younger, he would have loved these.
Yeah, so that's part of it.
He's also a bit older too.
Yeah, he grew up on 1978 Superman was the one superhero movie that came out before he started making movies. So
Chris Hemsworth is a sad boy right now.
Sad boy summer.
News dump. Mac, New World Order. No mo. According to the social media accounts of Captain America, the movie will now be titled A Brave New World.
Now, Brave New World is a better title than New World Order. It's also like more Disney-ish, if that makes sense. New World Order
saying like a Disney movie.
Yeah, no, I know. I get why they changed it. You couldn't really go in with Captain America NWO, but it would have been cool to have more Captain America.
I prefer the NWO.
Crossovers.
I also wouldn't mind if they changed it every other week.
Yeah, I wonder. So New World Order and Brave New World, it's got two of the three same words, so it's pretty much. I don't think it has anything to do with.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that it does have two of the same words.
So I don't think like much of the subject matter has changed. I think strictly they're trying to get away from the NWO stuff.
It's like, look, guys, we've already paid for two of these words. We've already paid for three of them.
We can afford one more.
We can afford one more word. Could be at the beginning or the end.
You choose. Can't be in the middle. No sandwich.
News dump. Mac, Vincent D'Onofrio was speaking with Fandom Wire, ? And he said, when it comes to Kingpin and the MCU Spider-Man, there may be a sea of people between us right now, but I'm going to get you, motherfucker.
Whoa, using cuss words.
Yeah.
I think we all knew this was inevitable that we would see a Kingpin pop up in Tom Holland's Spider-Man stories. It's it'll be interesting to see how big of a role he plays in the. Excuse me.
Take it down.
Sorry.
Take it easy.
I had a large coffee this morning.
So did I, but you don't see me. Insulting the listener.
I don't know how big of a role he's going to play in the upcoming Daredevil series. It is 18 episodes, so obviously I'm sure you have to imagine like a third of them are going to involve Kingpin.
You're saying
we also saw this week some footage of John Bernthal ramping up his Punisher training, and obviously he's going to be in this upcoming Daredevil series as a support character. So that gets me going a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, what I love here is D'Onofrio is so into this character. Say what you want about it. I personally love it. I know that you aren't as high because you hate bald boys.
That's true.
But I love the fact that he is so into this. And although I did not love him in Hawkeye, I thought he was a little bit off. I think he's going to have his time to kind of figure it out again. And hopefully, and I don't blame Disney for this usually, but Disney does sometimes get in the way and they kind of take the edges off of a rougher character.
So that is true because he's more cartoonish in Hawkeye than he is in the original Daredevil series. But I think a character like the Kingpin should be more cartoonish because he's supposed to be so much larger than life,
Vanessa. I want eggs. That was
so
me.
I think with a little, yeah, for anyone that was confused, I think with a little bit of time that's passed since Hawkeye, what's that been, a year and a half since that came out? Yeah. I think I like that version, at least for the MCU, more than his Daredevil character.
I think it'll be different than that version, and it'll be closer to Daredevil, but not quite there.
But I don't know if you could really argue that, though, because think about the Daredevil we got in She-Hulk.
I'm not here to argue shit. I'm just here to throw shit.
I know, but think about the Daredevil character we got in She-Hulk. It's not very close to the Daredevil that we saw in his series.
So you banged She-Hulk. What was that like? That was me again, guys. That was not D'Onofrio.
No, D'Onofrio's not here.
No, news dump. Speaking of Spider-Man, Tom Holland said that Spider-Man No Way Home, Homeward Bound, Home Alone, whatever they're going to call the fourth one, he told Yahoo, I don't know why he's talking to Yahoo, that's weird, under one condition he'll be making this movie: if we can't find a way to compete with the third one, so Far From Home, Not Far From Home, No Way. God damn it, so many homes.
Lots of homes. Yeah. This one's going to be called Homeless.
Homeless. He'll swing off into the sunset. So meaning he will not be doing a fourth Spider-Man movie, to which I would argue they're going to give you money. You're going to do it regardless.
Yeah, and no doubt in my mind it's going to be on par with the two sequels. Like, I know a lot of people loved No Way Home, but with some time, as I just said about, Hawkeye, now that some time has passed, I think the shine has worn off that a little bit, and the plot holes maybe play up a little bit more. So I think it's very easy to write a script that matches the two sequels to his Spider-Man movies.
Also, please just start a new word here. I know that you guys paid for the word home and you had to use the word home here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's really, first off, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired today. And I'm just all over the place with these words.
I think
picking new words. Pick new words.
I think one of the more interesting things the MCU has going right now is that no one knows who Spider-Man is. And we're not going to be able to get back to that probably for another year or two. But that's one of the more interesting things going forward because they can do a lot with that now.
Yeah, well, Miguel O'Hara knows.
True.
Yeah. Miguel Morbius, question mark. Ooh. News dump. Speaking of Tom Holland, he told somebody, I don't know the source here, but maybe it was Yahoo again, that he's looking to take a sabbatical, take a year off, meaning that when he gets back, he'll be roughly 20 years old.
Yeah, I think it's an Apple TV Plus series or movie that he did, that he got really deep into the character, and I guess he's just tired. He's exhausted. He needs a nap.
Is he more tired than me?
I don't know. You have a child. He doesn't. So probably
that's a good point.
Not.
He's been 19 for 7 years now, so maybe he's just sick of that.
I'm good with this. Actors should take time off. They shouldn't overdo it. They should take some time off, evaluate some projects and some offers they have, come back rejuvenated.
Yeah, but outside of Timmy Shalls, he's the hot boy on the block.
Yeah, they're very similar too in stature and what they
I would
look
say
like.
Shalls better actor.
Yeah, probably. But we also, Holland hasn't been, well, maybe he's been given I bet Timmy Shalls gets those offers before Holland does because it's the same. They look very similar. If you were staring at both from 20 feet away, they look very similar. So I wonder if maybe Holland takes a break from Spider-Man stuff and does more of those types of roles, more dramatic roles.
Well, he's also not in anything phase 5 wise until we get to the Avengers movies, I would assume.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, so news dump. We got a Stan Lee documentary hitting Disney Plus this week.
Yeah, the teaser for this looked pretty good. It's going to start, obviously at the genesis of this all, and Stan Lee and what's his name? Steve Ditko, is that the other one?
Yeah.
the other creator of a lot of these Marvel
Ditka.
characters, and take us through the life of Stan Lee and how we've gotten a lot of this MCU. So that looks pretty interesting. Obviously, what was it, 3 years ago he passed now? Was it 2020?
Might be 19.
I don't recall.
His last appearance was in Infinity War. No, it was in Captain Marvel, but that was after he had already passed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because he was in the bus there. So yeah, that Captain Marvel was 19, I think, right?
Wait, was he in Endgame after he had already passed?
I don't think
he was in Endgame after he already passed too, because that's when he was in the 1970s.
Oh, he drives by with the CGI
the bus, right?
face. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so that hits Disney Plus this week. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a nice watch. And then Goo, next week.
News dump. What a transition. Secret Invasion hits Disney Plus. Finally, they will get me to watch Disney Plus again.
Yeah, I'm happy to have. It's been a few weeks now that I like having one or two shows that I watch week to week, and currently I have none. So this will be the number one thing I'm watching week to week. I can't say I'm super excited for this, but with the promise that this might be Winter Soldier like, I think it's going to be very good.
I'm very excited for this. I think this is going to, much like Hemsworth said, it's going to shrink it down, more of a human story. And obviously, we love Nick Fury.
Yeah, that's true. That is
News
true.
up. The weekend box office, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse almost slithered its way. Spiders don't slither.
No, they don't.
Do they?
Those are sneaky snacks.
That's right. Almost atop the box office once again, but fell just short by about $5 million to Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah, Transformers Rise of the Beasts had a very successful opening weekend.
Mildly successful.
I would say very.
So not quite what they wanted, but better than Bumblebee.
Yeah.
And roughly in the middle of the other Transformers movies. Less than most of the Bayverse, though.
But it outdid Bumblebee, which is really what they needed it to do. $170 million worldwide. I think it was on a budget of $200 million. So this is going to make its money back and then some. It's also getting very strong audience scores, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, Goo. So despite 53% from the critics and a 42 on Metacritic, that alone will get another probably 2 or 3 Transformers movies made. 91% the people are coming out. I think it's going to do pretty well on its second week too, because I think a lot of people were hesitant to go see this week one.
So I don't think it will, because The Flash comes out this weekend.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were waiting to see if this was going to be good and liked by the audience. And obviously, with a 91%, most people are liking this. You and I didn't care for it so much, but we also didn't hate it.
I think that this movie does not have legs, because look at the 8-legged freak next to it, Spider-Man. So I stood right there. That's a David Arquette movie.
Sure.
55 million over this last weekend, only a 54% drop. And I think this will continue to do well over the next couple weeks. It's not going to earn 50 million every single week, but word of mouth on this movie is, that it's spectacular.
You hear me out.
What do you want?
Out. 2 days to a weekend. You can see at least 2 movies in a week.
Who are you, Matt Damon? News up. Speaking of The Flash, Andy
Muscietti,
the director of The Flash, he might be the director of Batman, the Brave and Bold. This according to One Take News.
So 2 things here. I know this was the title of one of the Batman animated series. I'm sure it's the title of one of the popular comic runs. You got to change it. It sounds like a soap opera. It's not a good title. It sounds like a daytime soap opera.
What if it is a soap opera about him and his son?
Number 2, Goo, being that we both have seen The Flash and seen a majority of Muscietti's work, how do you feel about this?
I really liked his work with the Batmen in this movie. So I'd be in. I'm not over the hill over it. I'm not like Matt Reeves. That's our fucking god.
Yeah.
Let's not argue this.
Sure.
But I think that he could do something, because he also knows how to, with the Flash, weave in a bunch of other multiversal stuff that he can intertwine with the other gun movies.
I think, and this is a tease for our episode coming out later this week. I think we both agree that the best part of this Flash movie is Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah, but don't sleep on Ben Affleck's Batman.
No, true. I'm just saying though, if you're looking for a reason to sign up for this Muscietti to direct the Batman movie, Muscietti. I just like saying that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good note.
Also,
that
and
he
that's
handled it
coming
well.
from Mac, a known Keaton hater.
Yeah, I'm not a Keaton Batman guy, but I will fully admit I think he was probably the best part of this Flash movie.
Fucking love Keaton, man. I love Michael Keaton.
He was now not to review the Flash.
Don't give anything away.
In this movie, he felt like he was more fun and less serious than he was in his 2 Burton movies.
But I will say this, and we don't even know, technically might not even be a continuation of what we had in the Burton movies.
Fair.
We did get a couple of breadcrumbs there. But even if he was, you feel like who he played in those Burton movies could turn into this guy.
No, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could very much see that character aging 30 years and becoming this character.
News dump. Superman Legacy is set to introduce the Authority. And if you go ahead and give that a Google, which is what I did, the Authority is the anti-Justice League that is according to DCComics.com.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting because the only thing we really know about this Superman movie so far is that it's going to be a younger Superman. And so I'm wondering how they're going to marry those two things. The Authority being an anti-Justice League, but the Justice League not really being around yet, right? So how is that going to work?
Maybe Superman sees them, this team that, will go to extreme methods to clean up what they have to, and he says, no, we got to do it my way.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's crediting Superman with starting the Justice League. That's more of a Batman.
Well, no, but it's more like he takes their cue and he sees what they're doing as being wrong, and he goes off on his own and does things differently. Not to start his own team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think, with that said, what I just brought up, do you think there's a possibility there's a Batman cameo in the Superman movie?
Not in this one, no.
Okay. All right, fair. You just really shut that down pretty quickly. I don't know anything about the Authority other than what you just said, so it's hard for me to feel any certain way about this.
Mac's citing me, and I'm citing Google. So that's good. News dump. Got another Ahsoka teaser, Mac. That is coming out in July?
August 23rd. So we're still like 6 weeks away, right? 2 months away almost. Yeah, 2 months.
I don't know times and dates or whatever.
Yeah, this show looks like it's going to be good. I bring this up to make a point here that I think, and people pretend, we've gotten some tweets about it, some people talking about how Dave Filoni is not responsible for all of Star Wars, and you are so dumb if you think that. He clearly, even if he doesn't get a producer's tag on things, he's the one every single person, every director, producer in the Star Wars universe goes to because he knows everything. He's a walking Star Wars encyclopedia.
He's the Wikipedia.
So yes, probably Kathleen Kennedy has final say on everything, but Filoni's the right-hand man there.
Well,
so
I'm pretty sure,
like the Kevin Feige, but he might have more control.
I'm pretty sure, and I am citing Google once again, that he is essentially the James Gunn, where he is, one of the top creators.
Yeah, I like Kevin Feige, and the difference between Filoni and Feige is overseeing stuff, but he's not creating.
Well, James Gunn. Well, no.
Filoni's
so
James Gunn said.
James Gunn said that he wouldn't want Kevin Feige's job because he needs to do what both him and Safran do.
Sure,
DC split it into two different.
And
things.
I understand that, and essentially that's what Star Wars has with Filoni and Kennedy. It's not one or the other; it's sort of both.
But when things go bad, you can just blame Kennedy.
Yeah,
like the Indiana Jones movie coming out.
Yeah, but ultimately, though, we all know that Filoni's the one making a lot of decisions for the creative department there, and they're only doing stuff canon-wise if Filoni signs off on it.
But
Filoni's in charge of the overall stuff.
Filoni, Ahsoka is his baby, correct?
Yep. So this is a Dave Filoni created character from the Clone Wars, the Clone Wars movie. So he's handling this with the utmost of care, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of fodder in here, filler in here. The trailers and the teasers have looked pretty good so far, and there's going to be a heavy Rebels influence, which I preferred over Clone Wars. So I think this is going to be awesome. But I will say, if it's not, I might actually be done. I might finally have to check out. So I'm
going to watch Andor still.
Are you?
I am. I have time. I keep
but
saying
do you
that.
feel like you really missed anything?
Yes, people say it's the best Star Wars.
I know, but what is it connecting to that you feel you need to watch it?
Look, here's the thing. I know that I'm spending a lot of time right now cutting up little 1-minute shorts. That's really what my life is outside of this podcast. But when that's done, I will watch Andor.
Yeah, the minute they introduce a lightsaber to Andor, I'll start watching it.
Maybe season 2.
Then maybe.
News dump.